Alrighty, traders, that is a wrap for the week. Let me share with you what's going on right now in these markets. Lots to talk about, guys. Don't place a trade based on what you're seeing in this video because there is no guarantees of making a profit in the market. It takes you a long time to become a good trader. So this video here is just to educate you to become a much better trader. So traders, make sure before I do start, guys, I want to let you know that I'm running a webinar today on my #1 trading system that I trade every single day. If you do not have a really good trading system, guys, I'm your guy. I promise you. Join my webinar today that I'm running today. Very first thing in the description, or go to johnsfreetraining.com, Johns, johnsfreetraining.com. You can register for my next webinar and I'll teach you exactly the exact steps. I'll teach you secret number 1 is all about why you're losing money. Secret number 2 is my trading system. Secret number 3 is all about how I find these trades. Guys, I promise you, if you need some help, I will be there to help you out. Okay, I promise you that. Now, I want to talk about I want to talk about something here, guys, that I think is really, really, really important to people to understand about these markets. Okay, if we remove our thoughts about what we think about markets, okay, and what other people say. Remember, guys, what we want to do is we want to look at reality as it is. Now, what do I mean by that? Unfortunately, when we're dating a woman and she has so many red flags, but she has one green flag, we only look at the green flag, right? It's like, yeah, she has a truckload of red flags. That's okay. Her one green flag is she got beautiful eyes. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. You see the beautiful eyes? But you don't realize she's a train wreck on everything else, right? She's a nightmare. That's okay, John, right? No, that's not there, right? So we want to see reality as it is. Now, what do I mean by that when it comes down to these markets? I think a lot of traders right now, right? And remember, traders, where I'm coming from is this, right? Where I'm coming from is this. I just want you to have the best chances of having a successful trading career. And so that's that. I just want you to have the best, because guess what? It is difficult, right? It is hard, and it takes you a long time to start to finally get this, right? To start to finally understand it. Like, I understand, guys, I've been trading the markets now for 20 years. And I've gone through so much crap and so many things and doing the same mistakes and thinking in the wrong way, right? Like, my thinking around these markets was the wrong. And one of the things that I want to say, guys, is that that's all I'm doing. Right? My job is just because I really care about you guys, right? Like, I really, really, really do care about you guys, and I want you to do really well. And I'm trying to give you the best chances of doing really well. Now, what am I saying here? If we have a look at how markets actually work, how do markets actually work? They do what? They go for a move up, and then inevitably what happens? We either go sideways, or we go for a move up, or we get a pullback, right? And then we continue up. So we inevitably get what? These periods through here. That's just how markets work, right? It's not about so what we want to do is, remember, we want to put the odds on our side of having a successful trading career. I want you to be around for 20 years. Why am I still trading the markets 20 years later, right? It's not because I've been losing money every year. It's like, John, maybe you should know. Like, no, right? No, let me share some things with you. Again, there's no certainties, but there's probabilities, right? And again, guys, like, I feel for you, and I felt the same way, and especially what's happening right now, right? Like, a lot of people are really like, oh my goodness, I'm missing out, like, and that FOMO starting to kick in. No FOMO, right? So looking at these markets here, right? Looking at these markets and looking at what's going on with these markets, inevitably we get these pullbacks, right? That's why we see what an upward trend is. We get these higher lows and higher highs. Right? And in a downward trend, we get what? Lower highs and lower lows. So if the market's been doing this for quite some time, what are we expecting to come soon? Now, again, we don't know the exact point, right? You could say, oh, John, we're going to get a pullback soon. And it do something like this, right? And then maybe we get the pullback, right? Or we get like a bit of a, we get these, what's here? This is a pullback, right? Pullbacks are just these movements that makes higher lows, lower highs, right? These are the pullbacks here. So if we know that about how markets actually work, this is the reality of how markets work, then again, when is the best time to try to get into a trade? Is it right here? Right? Or is it right here after the pullback, or at least here after we got at least a bit of something? Or is it there? Is it, do we enter there? Oh, but John, it may keep going up. Or do we enter here? What is the best probability for you guys, right? So the best probability for you is what? Now we're starting to understand, right? Now we start to understand about the best probabilities around these markets, right? Again, guys, that's all I'm here for, right? I just want you guys to do so well from trading. In my last 20 years of experience, and the reason why I'm bringing this up right now in these markets is, guess what's happening with these markets? Let me bring up the weekly charts and take everything off the screen. What's going on right now? And this is where I think a lot of traders, they're saying that, oh, the market's just going to keep going up. But how do markets actually work, right? We go up, we go down. We go up, we go down, we go up. We have a big pullback, we go up, 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 up. So yes, we can get that, right? But look at this here. What's the probability of that? If you want to wait for something, wait for what? Wait for at least a bit of a pullback. And then when it starts to do something like that, wait for it to go again. Makes sense, traders? So I'm trying to save a lot of people here, because I know, especially in my comment section, I'm seeing a lot of people start to be a bit greedy here in these markets. Like, traders, please, like again, I want you to be successful traders for the long haul, for the long term. Not just, I don't want you to get lucky. I want you to have a foundational basis. And that's the reason why, guys, my webinar that I'm running, and again, you'll get that link in the description there, or go to johnsfreetraining.com. The webinar that I'm running, right, and the system that I use, I'm using the foundational rules and the same patterns that produce similar results, right? And so that's how I actually trade the markets here. I don't trade the markets based on hope or thinking, or, I hope this thing keeps going up. And I know there's a lot of people out there right now that say that, like, for example, look at the Dow Jones, right? So look what's happened with the Dow Jones. What happens? Dow Jones goes up, and then we get a bit of a pullback, and then we go up a little bit, and then we get a bit of pullback, and we're going up, 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 up. So yes, guess what? The Dow Jones can keep going up like this, right? For a little bit more. It can go up for another, and we're looking at a weekly chart here on the Dow Jones. We can get that. But inevitably, what are we trying to do? We're trying to capture that last little bit here, right? Inevitably, what's going to happen? We're going to inevitably get what? A bit of a pullback through here, and then we're going to get going. So if we're looking for a trade, the best time is what? Just wait for the pullback. Don't try to jump in now, because you're trying to get towards the end of the move. And unfortunately, this is where people are getting in, right? And unfortunately, what ends up happening is when the stock market does start to turn, it turns fast, right? So the best time is wait for the pullback here and get up. If you have a look at, check out this one here. When it turns what? It turns really fast. Look at this here. Bam, down. SMCI. This is what tends to happen, guys, when you start to get bubbles in the markets. You start to get really overextended. I don't think we're going to get this in the stock market, right? Because it's the big indices. But look at this here. Look at all this move. And so for the traders here that bought call options here and bought call options here, guess what's happening to their call options today? They're absolutely destroyed. All the volatility went into the call options. All the volatility went in the put options, and you are now getting destroyed right now because everything just got sucked out, right? The volatility in the call options were going up, and then now they just got absolutely just crushed today. Absolutely crushed today, right? So traders, as I said before, right, this is my whole goal here is to say, listen, I have no bone in this fight for you, right? I'm just trying to share with you what I see and why I'm seeing things happen. And if you want to be looking at something, that's why if I look at the Russell, let's look at the Russell here. Why am I actually bullish on the Russell right now? Let's actually bring this up here, right? Let me bring up a candlestick chart here for a minute. Why am I bullish on the Russell here? Hey, there you go. Why am I bullish on the Russell? Why? Because we've actually we've done nothing, right? We haven't actually had a very big move, have we? What have we done? Nothing, right? We haven't. But what is the Nasdaq, Dow, and S&P done? We've done what? Like that. So this is where, guys, if you want to be looking at something, the ideal situation will be looking at the Russell. Why? Because the Russell hasn't even actually started the move yet. We're not in a very big bull market here. So as you can see, traders, right, we're just trying to you all want to be getting into the markets that going to give you the best chance of not having a one-hit wonder or, being lucky. I don't want you to be lucky. I want you to have a good foundational process of you actually doing really well for the long term, right? Absolutely for the long term. And that's what this whole thing is all about, guys. It's also to give you a bit of market update and say what's happening right now. But step away, the pullback is going to start. We just don't know when. And for the last week, I've been expecting the pullback, but it hasn't happened yet. We don't know when the top's going to be. When it does come in, as you saw with the SMCI, it can start to really break down really, really quickly. And mark my words, guys, we will be in the thick of it. We will be in a strong pullback over the next few months. Come right now, we're in February 2024, right? So February, we will be in the thick of it. So come March, April, May, in those periods, we're going to be in the thick of a really good, say, 10% pullback. So I hope this helped you out there today, traders. Again, traders, I'm just trying to help you. I'm trying to show you some things that's really helped me. That the reason why I'm in this career now for 20 years, trading the markets, right? As a trader, not an investor, right? As a trader. If your goal is to become a good trader, then that's where that webinar, guys, first link in the description, or go to johnsfreetraining.com. That's where this webinar can really, really, really help you out. Have a great day, guys.